It's still Quest Today, but this is the paper review segment of the program, and I say good morning to you. It's Thursday. It's the 4th day in the month of January 2024. My name is Alex Obunnaya. We have, I think, about 4 or 5 papers up for review this morning. Let's quickly delve into them and see what stories that are making the headlines on their front pages. As usual, I'm not here alone. I have here with me Comrade Efe Odomo. Good morning to you, Comrade.
Yeah, good morning, Alex. We are back again to the scene. God bless us. God bless Honeyway Communication.
Yes, indeed. Okay, without further ado, let's go straight to the Nation newspaper. It's our first paper up for review this morning. EFCC freezes 30 billion naira NSIPA cash trace to private accounts. As a lead story on the front page of the Nation newspaper. Anti-graft body grills coordinator, ex-DFA, ex-Humanitarian Affairs Minister fails to honor agency's information. Excuse me. And that's that from on that story. Abbas lawmakers won't drop constituency projects. They connect government to people at the grassroots. That's also directly below the masthead. Ex-Sierra Leonean President Alex Koroma heads for Nigeria on asylum after treason charges. Okay, and above the masthead comes this one. 4.5 million voters to elect 2 senators, 16 reps, 25 assembly members next month. That's in February. Ayedatiwa suspends council caretaker chairman. The details are on page 5. 2 killed in another attack on Plateau community. You can get that one on page 4 of the Nation newspaper. And finally, above the masthead of the Nation, private school fees put parents under pressure. Private school fees put parents under pressure. That's on page 15. It's January, and of course, it's time to pay school fees. Why I backed Dewey's re-election, that's by Jonathan. Details are on page 2. And finally, prayers for Akeredolu, that's on page 5. The late Ondo State Governor Oluwa Rotimi Akeredolu, he has since died, and of course a new man is at the helm of affairs in that state. Okay, let's switch over now to the Punch newspaper. APC promises heavy defeats as Atiku eyes 2027 presidential bid. That's the lead story on the front page of the Punch newspaper. Atiku has wisdom, capacity energy will run in 2027, says aide. PDP welcomes ex-VP others. APC says ex-VP will be defeated again. Obi will contest. Atiku should support him. LP insists. Wow. 2027 is indeed pregnant. And
we are still almost 4 years to that day. 24, 25, 26, 27.
And they're already, making plans for that. Okay, good for them. No plan to hike fuel price. NNPCL assures Nigerians. Federal government eyes 750,000 jobs with gas initiative. And police return rescued trafficked children to Bauchi. Oh, it's a good one. It's a very good one. Okay, ex-Sierra Leonean president indicted in failed coup relocate to Nigeria. Mother of quadruplets held in Delta Hospital over 4 million naira bill. How on Delta? President will return Bayelsa off-field taking under Buhari minister. President will return Bayelsa off-field taking under Buhari minister. And that's that from the Punch newspaper. Let's quickly look at what the Daily Trust has. Robbers kill 4 in shopping mall near Abuja. That's a sad one. Fears over new petrol price hike, even though the NNPC company has come out to say we should not be worried. There is no plan to increase the price of petrol. Ondo governor suspends LGA's caretaker chairman. NJC budget increased to 341.63 billion from 165 billion naira. Chief Imam Okada rider killed in fresh Plateau attacks. Wow, that's a sad one. 35 billion naira fraud. EFCC moves Sadia's arrest for shunning interrogators. And my successors plunged Nigeria into debt burden. This is according to former President Olusegun Obasanjo. Tribune is up next now. 2024 budget designed to take care of ruling class, TUC says. 2024 budget, NAS gets highest allocation in 25 years. And Ondo government suspends LG LCDA chairman. That's also in the last paper we looked at. With license, Nigerians can bear arms. Falana. Nigerian art student breaks Guinness World Record with a 100-hour painting. That's on page 2. This Guinness World Record thing is back again. Fuel subsidy entirely removed, not reduced. NNPCL says no plans to increase petrol pump price. And Seplat Energy announces ANOH gas plant mechanical completion. Whatever that means, that story is on page 6 of Nigeria Tribune newspaper. Sierra Leone charges ex-president Koroma with treason over failed coup. ECOWAS to relocate him to Nigeria today. That's on page 28. Okay, and finally now, the Guardian newspaper. Fresh concerns for public assets as repairs cost over 132 billion naira yearly. That's the lead story on the front page of the Guardian newspaper. Atiku to lead opposition alliance against Tinubu ahead 2027 election. That's on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. NNPC denies increment of petrol price to 1,200. Boko Haram terrorists killed 12 residents in Chibok. Okay, they've gone for a return visit there. Ex-minister spurns summons as EFCC arrests in Sipa ex-boss. And you've not met expectations, DUC tells Tinubu least demand. So many stories begging for attention here, but we're going to just make do with these ones so that we'll allow time for you to air your views on some of these issues. And of course, our special analyst here, Comrade Ifedomo, to also, take a bite at the cherry. Okay, so those are the stories making the headlines on the pages of the 5 papers we looked at. Comrade Ifedomo, let me come to you now.
Yes.
Koroma, ex-Senate president, we hear he's under pressure or he's under fire. He's been accused of plotting a coup, planning to remove the government in power, and Nigeria is providing him with a safe haven. And this is a country where they have kicked against coups in other countries. Currently in Niger and Burkina Faso, you have military men at the head. Even Mali, just not too far from Nigeria here. And Nigerian government is leading the attack. And now the same government wants to accommodate someone
a coupist
who has been accused of planning to overthrow a sitting government.
I think our government is now speaking with 2 sides of the mouth. When he was... when in the first coming of Koroma, we knew all the atrocities he committed. Then in Liberia, in Sierra Leone, they will ask you, do you want a short sleeve or a long sleeve? If you say you want a long sleeve, then they cut your wrist. If you say you want a short sleeve, they cut you from the arm. And all these things were happening. The international communities intervened, and they were able to find a respite somehow. Now you are coming back again to plot a coup, which means the zebra will never change its colors. Now you are granting that person amnesty because what he has done is not wrong. There is nothing wrong with what he has done. All the people that died through those processes, they die for nothing. Then the next thing for the government to do is to go and bring such a person to live in our society. When we already have a serious terrorism problem in the country, you want to bring a foreign person again to come and join them. Of course, which means we are not fighting terrorism at all. We are encouraging them. Another person will do from another country, then they will now also say, bring him. But your information is not the first one. Chancellor was also here. Yes, and in a bid to arrest him when he was trying to escape, they traced him to the border town and he was arrested. I think he's still in the prisons now. And the list continue growing. I don't actually know what Nigeria meant by doing that. If they want to actually help, it's not by bringing the man to the man. They should help by taking the man to the International Court in Hague, or they organize a fair trial for him in Liberia, in Sierra Leone. If he's guilty, let him face the wrath of the law. If he's not, then let him be set free.
Okay, 2027 is still some 3 years away from today.
It's less than 4 years.
Okay.
We just started 2024.
Exactly. And then Atiku has thrown his heart in the ring. Isn't it too early?
It's like he's completing the equation. In the secondary school, we have this thing to complete the equation. When the left-hand side must be equal to the right-hand side. That's quadratic equation, if I could remember. Quadratic or simultaneous equation. The 2 of them were working pari passu then. Atiku has been running. He has not been winning. Now you are projecting 2027, which is almost 4 years away from today. How old will he be at that time? Will his strength still carry him? Is it a crime that we must not leave the scene for the younger generation? We have people who can see tomorrow. Now, why don't allow those people to run? Now you are talking of 2027. He's supposed to have gone back home to sit down and become a statesman. Do you remember this man, they call it Julius Nyerere? For Tanzania. Yeah. Yes, when he said, look, I am tired, I'm no longer going to continue in office, I'm not the only person, I'm not the only Tanzanian. And the people say, please don't go. He said, look, I have to go. They looked at him and said, no, okay, well, if you want to go, give us some time. Let us give you a befitting home and a car in your hometown. Because he was not having a home. True. And he said, okay, if on that condition, he will wait. And he waited that they gave him those. Those are people that have wisdom. Allow the young generation to rule. It is not compulsory you must rule. You may be qualified, but if the people say no, what can you do about it? You are coming to rule the people that are telling you, don't rule us. You cannot force yourself on them. You want to run again in 2027 by killing the aspiration of the younger generation. How long do we continue doing this? We should at least grow up. We should grow up. It's not only the president that is the president that achieved everything. We have so many presidents today that are still, they are not even heard of anywhere. So Atiku should please. He does not have the monopoly of knowledge or monopoly of leadership. He has been a governor. He has been a vice president for 8 years. Then now you must become a president. And I think he should rest. He should rest. And even between now and next week is too far for somebody to decide his own fate in the hands of God. Exactly. And you are talking about 4 years. Okay.
A former minister during President Muhammad Buhari's regime was recently invited to appear before EFCC, but she shunned that invitation, and over allegations of 37 billion naira, and this happened under the administration of a president touted as a
non-corrupt president.
So what does this say about
his case is just like the case of Eli in the Bible. Eli was very upright, but the children were very corrupt. And they told him, look, if you don't correct these children, it will also rub off on you. And they said the man was not corrupt. I don't know the yardstick they use in defining that. You remember the 1978 saga, 2.8 billion naira missing. It was under
I think Fela sang about it.
Yes, it was under Buhari when it was GOC, was it the Minister of Petroleum?
Yeah.
But when he came into office as a head of state, the first thing he did was to remark on the documents and they destroyed them. That matter has not come up against it today. You say that man is not corrupt. The man is not in any, apart from the head of state he was not doing any other business. All the children were schooling overseas. Still he was not corrupt. He wasn't getting money to pay for those things. And let's leave all those ones aside. Now, the ministers under him stole so much money, he was not aware, which means he was presiding over a corrupt government. And himself that is presiding over a corrupt government is not corrupt. The minister has been invited and he has refused to go. And I've been waiting for Chasoputa, the Charlie boy, to also lead a protest in Abuja, demanding for the extradition or trial, as he did in the case of Desiani. But I've not heard anything from him. So does it mean that some people are untouchable and some people should be used as cleaner rags? He should come up and tell us something about it. If he keeps quiet, which means they're all in the same boat. And for your information, the president made a statement before he left office that if they trouble him, he will relocate to Niger. And this is not part of the trouble he was envisaging, because they are coming out gradually one after the other. Nigerians, some of them are walking on the streets. They fall down and die because of hunger. Some of the children are rebelling against their parents because they could not feed, they could not send them to school. Then somebody is being fingered for a fraud of 37 billion. If they don't even work at all, if that family doesn't work at all, till they die, they will not finish that money. Why do we stockpile what we don't need and making others to starve to death in a country where we have human beings that we assume to be created by God?
Okay, at this juncture, let's go to the phone lines now. It's still the paper review on Quest today, on Quest Television and Quest Radio 93.1. Feel free to call and let's get your views on any of the stories that maybe catches your fancy. The number is 081-888-88931. You can also call 08022-931-931. Those are the numbers to call. If you're watching, the numbers are on your screen as we speak. Call, give us your name and your location, and then be as brief as you can. Aiyedatiwa is in the news again in Ondo State. This time he has asked all council, or rather LG Ketika chairman, to leave office. I guess probably in obedience, to a court ruling. Probably the ruling has probably been governor.
Again, too, you remember when Idi Amin took over in Uganda? He said for any change of government in Africa, heads must roll. Remember that statement?
Very true.
Exactly. That's what he's doing too. Everybody wants to secure his territory. Even if you get there today, you will secure your own territory. And by securing your territory, those whom you feel that are not loyal to your cause, you ease them out, not by violence, but administratively, for you to bring in the people that will be loyal to you, that will be able to work with you to achieve your campaign policies. I don't know what he has done is not out of place. And moreover, they were caretakers, not even fully elected. Yeah, so what he needs to do now is to organize elections very shortly so that we will have a running a local government, because they represent the third tier of the government. If they are not there, then it's not complete. Nitiwa is, as far as I'm concerned, he has done what is constitutionally right for him to do.
The budget, 2024 budget, TUC says it is meant to massage the ego of the ruling class.
We are talking, Nigeria is talking of about almost 280 to 290 million in population. How much was allocated to health? About 40-something billion. Education is also around that figure. But for National Assembly, it's more than 200 billion. How many of them? 465 of them. Taking that money, and you are giving almost 298 million people, or let's not do too much exactly, 250 million people, 46 billion to take care of their health. Why would TUC not say that that thing is just meant for boosting the ego and increasing the financial capabilities of the executive? Something must be wrong with Nigeria as an entity. Something must be wrong. Because if you kill the educational sector, you have killed the future of the country. If you kill the health sector, you have also destroyed the existence of Nigerians. Now, our life expectancy rate has reduced to almost 50. And still, you are reducing the budget for health and increasing the budget of those who are making laws. Does it cost any big job in making laws in the first place? Must the lawmakers sit in the office Monday to Friday, January to December? Must they? What laws are they? If they sit there like that, which means they should be making almost 5,000 laws every year, 365 days. Let us remove some the weekends in it. 4 weekends in the month, multiplied by 12, will give you 48. You see? So at the end of the day, actually, we are worse off. We are not thinking at all. We are not investment futuristic. This type of money should be plowed into investment that will make people to do one thing or the other that will augment the source of income of the country. Okay. You cannot tell me that you will use that money to take care of a National Assembly while the health and the educational sector is suffering.
It's suffering. Okay, let's see if we can sneak in 1 or 2 calls before we call it a day. Today on the program 08088. Okay, hi, good morning to you. Quickly, your name and where you're calling us from.
Mr. Guara from Mosoga.
Okay, cool. Just go ahead, please.
APC promises heavy defeat as Article as 2027 bids. Article will lead opposition alliance. Now, like our supporter Article said here, Article is forgetting something. This time around, this position is for the search. I don't know why it's still a paper that is very aged. It's for the search. I think this time around they should rather than someone that's from the South that is sellable for the PDP or any other opposition party is not Article itself.
Okay.
Then again,
thank you so much.
Ex-ministers, ex-ministers of humanitarian affairs, disaster management, and development, Sadi Umar Farouk, sponsor summons of EFCC arrest. There's no billionaire involved. Now, they went after Emefiele. They should go after this woman for Christ's sake. He's obviously because he's for the North. They should go after the woman.
Okay. We have to leave it at that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's allow other people to join in the conversation. We really do not have much time on our hands. Let's see if we can get one last call before we call it a day on. You want to react to that now?
Yes, this is a public issue. It is supposed to... When the guy has said this, let us not deceive ourselves. Why are they using kid gloves on the ladies?
No, but it's just yesterday. Hi, let's take this call. Our last call. Hi, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, Question.
Good morning to you. Quickly, your name and where you're calling us from.
Yes, my name is Emmanuel. I'm calling from Ugeli.
Okay, go ahead.
Please, people should allocate more time for callers. It's very important.
Okay.
Then what I want to talk about is this humanitarian affairs minister. She should be arrested. It is right from time we have been talking about she has said embezzling money from this country. You can remember when school children were at home. She said she spent about 500 billion to feed schools that were at home. Now she was invited, she did not come. Please, they should go after her. The North does not own Nigeria alone. It shouldn't be a scapegoat from the South that they will be arresting. They should go after her and let her come out all the money that she has embezzled.
Okay.
Or even in prison if possible. Okay. Like they did to Emefiele and Desani.
Okay, thank you so much.
And also for the Plateau killings, I want the people to stand up and defend their land. They cannot allow foreigners from Fulani to come and be killing them. They should come out and fight for themselves. The government will not help them.
I think you've made your point. Thank you so much. We have heard you. Okay, I don't know if we have time to take one more call. Okay, we do not have time for another call. Your final words before we exit.
Yes, like before the lady shunned the invitation, which means she has been invited before. She has been indicted by EFCC before she can come up to refuse not going. The police should have gone after her instead of saying that they want to. The EFCC wants to still start running after her for no reason. Go after this woman and get her arrested. Let her explain herself what she did with that money. Okay. If that money enters into Nigerian coffers, you know what it can do for the nation.
If at all it will not end in someone else's.
Yes, they will take it from here. That is misappropriation. It's not embezzlement.
Changing position. Okay, it is on that note we say thank you so much for being part of the program. I want to thank those who called in. I want to thank those who made this possible. Thank you so much to Comrade FM&TV.
Yeah, thank you for your gentleman approach to issues.
My name is Alex Obunnaya, and I'm indeed a gentleman. Yes. Good morning, Michael Gubadia. Yesterday I called him Michael Odomo.
Yes, it's my father's son.
Michael Gubadia is just hanging around and we'll join you. Stay tuned. Good morning once again.